family. Hi. My name is Kristen Williams, and I'm the... Hello? Oh, okay. Hi, my name is Kristen Williams. I'm the Executive Director for Play Cousins Collective. When I became pregnant with my first son, Opari, I started to do research on what it was going to take for me to raise him as a Black parent. And I quickly came across some challenges. I found the Mammy and Clark, or the Kenneth and Mammy Clark doll test. Raise your hand if you've seen this doll test. All right, so for those of you who don't know, in 1940, they placed two dolls in front of multiple different races of children. And they asked the kids, can you show me, the dolls are identical except for their skin color. Now, can you show me the ugly doll? Can you show me the pretty doll? Can you show me the smart doll? Can you show me the dumb doll? And what they found was resoundingly that the children came back and they said, the black doll is the ugly doll. The black doll is the stupid doll, right? Now that was 1940. But every few years they dragged that test out the closet and they asked our children, which doll is the pretty doll? And you would think that that answer would change, but the answer keeps coming back the same. And so I knew in that moment that something was missing. Something's not right. And it's going to take more than me and my husband to build a framework in my child's mind that's going to last. Listen. Okay? It's going to take more than me. It's going to take more than my family. It's going to take a whole village. Slide. All right? So in 2016, my husband and I, we went out and we started looking for people that had that same mindset. And in 2017, we started Play Cousins Collective. From that day, we now have 1,000 members and 36 employees. We're offering the programming that you see here: Village Youth Programming, the Ms. Easy Homeschool Co-op, community programming, where we pop up in our bright green shirts and we're doing the Play and Learn Labs, support groups like Brother Healing Brother and Soul Sisters, advocacy for the Ready for K Alliance, the Black Census Project, resource sharing, where we offer a directory of Black service providers and a community calendar. We're touching about 200 families a month in person, thousands online. We are preparing 300 children for kindergarten every year. It's hard to, it's more than numbers, right? It's like you go out into nature and you see a spider building a web and you can go and study and try to figure out the science behind it, but this is what we need. Next slide. Why do we need it? Well, this is our life expectancy here, right? Years are being shaved off of our lives, and that's not right. There is a calculated exploitation, but we are the resource, okay? People in power in Louisville recognized that we were the resource, so they relegated that resource, those people, to one part of the town so that they can extract that wealth and that capital more easily, right? And so when you're a child, you might think, oh, it's the black doll and the black is bad. But in reality, there is a systemic issue. You can look at the tree, you can see the fruit is divorce, mental illness, substance abuse. They're these ACEs that are plaguing us. But the roots are a systemic issue. So how do we deal with that? What if we stopped hemorrhaging our power, our land, and our resources? What if we promised to do the work in ourselves, family, and community that meant our children would not inherit generational trauma? All right, now, I want you to believe that this world already exists, because it does. You can take your blinders off. Welcome to the village. Right now, you can gather with Black Therapists Monthly and Soul Sisters and Brother Healing Brother. You can receive free therapy from our partners at the Collective Care Center. Today, you can join one of the 5 parenting groups based on the age of your child to meet like-minded parents and ensure your child is meeting their developmental milestones. Right now, Play Cousins Collective is holding space for your child. When they enter, they hear music that affirms their existence. I love my hair, I love my skin. Books are being read that reflect their experience and expand their imaginations. We're building safe places for Black children. Next slide. Right now, Black educators like Latoya Whitlock of Decode are there to see the greatness in your child. She taught my child how to read. teaching in ways that are not first practiced in the school system sometimes, but first nature to our children. Louisville's own black inventor of the day, Jokari Beatty, is the science teacher at the Mazizi Homeschool Co-op. Kwame Watson of Care Mobile can pull up right now, and you can access a list of doctors in our directory. There are free piano and violin lessons accessible at Play Cousins Collective, courtesy of AMPed. In Play Cousins, community calendar events and resources from the Urban League, Russell Place of Promise, Roots 101, and so many more are pulled together and amplified. Next slide. And we don't do it alone. What's really great about if you stand with Play Cousins Collective, Play Cousins never shows up alone. You're bringing all of these amazing partners with you. We're gonna bring all these amazing partners with us. This group here is looking for a property right now. We're looking all over West Louisville, but we don't want to go past. We want to be here with you. I want to be here with you, and we need this for our families. And so, 1 minute. Okay. Ask me questions about my amazing partners, okay? This is the type of space that we want here. We feel that ancestral methods of healing and resilience, there's an integral part of that tied to nature, and we want to see a natural playground for our children so they can grow those social and emotional skills and be powerful in nature. We want to grow food. We want to prepare that food in the commercial kitchen. What's really great is that the Lee Initiative has promised funding and support to help us build our commercial kitchen. We want to have the Cousins Cafe where we partner with the Black Market and Good Food Lou to prepare food and sell it in the cafe. We need 5 classrooms for our Mazizi Homeschool Co-op and for Decode. We need a maker space so that our children can bring, not even just our children, but our adults. There's nothing like this. We need that space so that we can bring Afrofuturism into reality. All right? We need a small conference room and large event space so we can have Kwanzaa, parent cafes, summer camps, conferences, so we can do workshops on gentle child rearing and how to teach your children how to read. And now I prepare for my questions. I could go on.
All right, so the floor is open. We got 5 minutes of questions. I think Frank Neal is first, and then we got you right here in the beautiful book.
I can shout.
Well, he's
That's my kid. Hi. You mentioned the activities. What kind of space requirements are you looking at?
We're looking for about 40,000 square feet, and that includes the space that's outdoors.
I have 2 questions. How much is, what's your estimated project cost, and how does this project respond to the Russell Place of Promise pledge?
So our project cost is $800,000 to $900,000, and what's amazing is that we have been in relationship with Russell Place of Promise from the onset. And so we've been there to create the Ujamaa workbook and teach our children about financial literacy, and to showcase, do literal storytelling about the beautiful Black businesses that already exist in the Russell neighborhood and throughout West Louisville. So we're completely aligned, and we want a space. I was gonna ask us to stand. If you're a Play Cousin or you're in relationship, stand, will you please? We are here.
I'm in relationship, but tell me more about those partners.
Thank you for asking. So, can we go back to the slide? Okay, so we are out looking for a property to host our partners in programming. We want to do this together. What's great is that Decode will be in this space with us. They'll be leading classes on how to read and working with the whole family, because literacy is more than just the child learning to read, but how do we support that? How do I build an environment for that? Jobe Products, Jokari Beatty, he will have that makerspace and be leading that makerspace. And he shared how he, as an inventor, has had a difficult time finding places where he can invent. Nifley, Dr. Stephen Nifley, is going to be offering therapy in our space. So while your child is going to a class, you can be meeting with a therapist for free that looks like you. That's huge. The Lee Initiative has already promised to work with us to build our commercial kitchen. And they'll also be working with Good Food Blue, and they collaborate to work with residents and small business owners to learn how to create food service items. And then the Black Market already has so many rich relationships with Black business owners, so we'll work with them to stock our shelves. Thank you for asking.
All right, we got about 2 more minutes left, so if anybody else has a question. We have one.
Hi, I'm Jasmine with Black Market, and if you don't know Play Cousins Collective, please everybody look it up. My question for you, Kristen, is: are you trying to get us to have a campus or something similar, something bigger? Because everything that we are doing is bigger, but are you trying to get us a campus? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's a good point, because Russell is all about ownership, and we want a space where you as residents feel like you have ownership. So it won't be, these are our program hours, this is when you can come in. We have a space that belongs to you, that's open. Your children can come, you can have a cup of coffee and get on the computer and work while your children are playing outside. Or you can find a quiet space and pull out a book. You know, you can use the commercial kitchen to pass down your family recipes to your family. It's our space. We don't have to worry about that access or dressing a certain kind of way or talking a certain kind of way, because we value the way that we dress and the way that we talk, right? We'll be celebrated in this space and we'll own it together.
Thank you.
All right, we have time for one more question. It's okay, look, we have 5 minutes. We can utilize every second.
I'm going to talk loud. If this is a follow-up question. So earlier the sister asked about community land trust. So would you have any issues or concerns with this property being part of a community land trust or a co-ownership model?
I am very interested to co-own a space. I am super pro, Play Cousins is super pro community land trust. We want to own the space with you. We want to weather the storm of gentrification with you.